Let the fear of regret fuel you, the fear of never reaching your potential, of letting down those that you care about. Let that fear drive you past your doubts, past your insecurities, past the call to comfort and ease. So many people talk about how you shouldn't fear anything, you should just live in happiness. And, well, I think it's often part of that, as I've spoken about before, that softness of the world that we currently live in. And I think it is a problem. I don't think there is anything wrong with fear as long as it doesn't cripple you. As long as it doesn't stop you doing the things that need to be done. You know, it's like that old saying that fear has two meanings. It's either fear everything and run, or face everything and rise. So if you channel fear into that positive notion, into that thing that you're going to utilize to channel you forward, to elevate you, to push you up, and to do the work, to override your insecurities, the resistance, the call to comfort, to use those things, channel it. It is like all things in life. It is about perspective, it is about channeling it, it's about how you utilize those things. Fear is only a negative if it drives your life in a negative direction, if it paralyzes you, if it prevents you from doing the things that you need to do, then that's a problem. Then you need to override it. But if you use it as fuel, as the ignition point to push you further, to drive you forward, to do the things that make you wholly uncomfortable and yet you know need to be done, now that's a great thing. That's a winning factor. That is something that we can get behind. And I know a lot of people who talk about it, who are highly successful people, who talk about the fear of regret is their biggest driver to do the work, to not settle, to not sedate, to not quit, to not give up, because they don't want to regret anything. They want to leave it all on the fucking table. They want to leave it all out there and push towards greatness. Because it is easy. It is very easy to sedate. It is easy to push back into life. It is easy to, just accept life as it is and not keep pushing forward, to not do the work. It's what the norm is. It's what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is just going, this is my lot in life. Or you can go, fucking try me. Let's go. I am not going to settle for this. It reminds me of the quote, what is it? Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft times create hard men. And the cycle goes round and round. I've spoken about it before. So much of what we get out of life comes down to perspective. Comes down to how you view the situation. And how you're willing to show up in those moments. Instead of saying, why me? Say, why not me? Try me. Use it, see it as an opportunity for growth. I feel like I'm full of quotes today, but, let's just run with it. I'll pick a topic on this and I just let it flow from me and I just see where the muse takes me on this. So we'll just go with it. And it comes back to that one of many envy the view, but not the journey. They envy the destination, but not the work. That, everyone wants to see the top of the mountain, but nobody wants to do the climb. It's those kinds of things that we are here to push through that, to do the work and you got to find the things that will force you to do it, to break free of the normal cycle, to be a better version of yourself. Because so many of us are stuck. So many of us are stuck in this and paralyzed by fear, but you have to use it and channel it into being the best version you can be. as I said, I'm on a quote one today, so we're just going to run with it. But it's a Jimmy Carr quote that many wish for a great life and impeccable character, but those things cost a hard life. So nobody wants a hard life. So you can't have both. You cannot have character and be developed as a person and have the personal growth and all that kind of stuff without going through hard times. Alex Hormozi speaks on a different way. He talks about if you were given the job of designing a perfect human and you wanted to give them incredible patience, what would you do? You'd make them go through things that would make them be patient. If you wanted to teach someone grit and fortitude, how would you teach them? Make them go through difficult times. If you wanted to teach them courage, how would you teach them? Make them face fear head on. This is how you develop these characters. You must go through the gauntlet to come through it. We ask for these things in life. We wish for them. We pray for them. We dream of them. But the question is, maybe you've been given the tools to make that a reality. Instead of continuing to wish for it, to dream for it, to hope for it, realize that the opportunity has been laid in your lap. It has been placed in front of you. Now your job is to do the work. Now your job is to continue to show up. Now your job is to be the best version of yourself and grind through this, to push forward, to overcome, to utilize fear as an opportunity for growth. That's what it is. Don't shy away from it. Don't be scared of it. Don't be concerned of why everything happens to you. Utilize the fear to channel it into what you know you need to be, into doing the work, into becoming the best version of you. Use it to rise above. Face everything and rise. Great Papa Roach song right there. Face it and rise. Do not let fear cripple you. Do not let fear and sedation and all that kind of stuff stop you from doing the work that has to be done. Do not let it cower you. Use the fear of regret to fuel you into greatness. Because you have greatness inside of you. You 100% do. It's whether you're willing to do the work, whether you're willing to look at what has been placed upon you as an opportunity for growth. And we've spoken about it before. Perception is everything. So how you perceive a situation is so important. And even how you do your self-talk. Who we are is based on our thoughts, our actions, and our habits. And one of the ones that I have had for a long time, and it's part of my identity that I've built in, and I don't know when I decided it was part of it, but I have decided it's true, that when my back is against the wall, that is when I shine. That is when I rise above and I become the best version of myself. And I won't let anything stop me. And that is a really, really great skill to have. Now, the caveat on that, and the punch in the guts that comes with that, is that it also means that you're only ever at your best when shit's raining down on you. So you have one or two options. Either you coast until you reach that point, or you constantly put yourself into a state of stress and anxiety so that you can be better. Or there's a third option. You start to reframe it. Because I have no problem with that. And I think it is a great skill, and one that I have utilized many times in my life. But I don't want to have to keep ending up with my back against the wall. I want to get to a place where I am in a good place, and yet I can still rise. I can still drive. And that comes back to that fear. That fear of regret. So instead of shifting and removing that skill, because I'm going to need that skill again at some point, I go, no matter what happens, I rise to my best. I rise to the level of my habits and my beliefs, not shrink to thy lowest common denominator. So now I have to keep reiterating it. I have to keep learning it. I have to keep showing up as that version of myself until that's ingrained, again, like this other one, as who I am as a man. Then things get better. Then life gets better. And this is the part of, I was talking about it before, that this is a forever, never-ending journey of growth. Because we do get better. We do achieve great things. But that doesn't mean we can then settle for those and go, oh, this is good enough. I'm perfect now at this version of myself. Fuck no. Now we need to keep driving forward. Now we have to keep pushing, keep developing. You smash through one ceiling. Cool, set another one. Let's go. And this is the part of it. And I truly believe, and I've spoken about it before, that you need that chip on your shoulder. You need something in the darkness. You need to be able to find that dark place to push forward, to find a different level. Because if you are, as bad as it sounds, satisfied, what have you got to work for? What are you going to drive for? What's going to push you further towards it? Nothing. People who are satisfied don't put themselves in uncomfortable situations. People who are satisfied don't push for growth. They just go, nah, this is good, and accept it as it is. So when you reach that point, when you do that, now you need to put a chip on your shoulder. You need to go to that dark place, because it's what will allow you to find that level of work ethic to push through, no matter what's going on. That is what you need. So, the fear of regret, the fear of failing, the fear of letting down those who matter to you. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty good place in the dark to push you forward. It's a pretty big, burning fucking ember to be like, yes, let's fucking go. Let's get this work done. And that's what we want. And that's where we want to be. And that's how we get better. That we continue to grow forward, continue to push on, because we have that chip, we have that fear, we have that burning ember inside of us that will make us do the work. You know, chasing greatness, winning, dominating, changing your life, becoming the best version of yourself, you know, doesn't come from a soft and gentle place. It comes from a darkness. It comes from living in the darkness. And that's where we thrive. And so if you can create that without creating a bad situation on top of it, now you're ahead of the curve. Now you're in a better place. Now you can turn it on as you need it, instead of having to either burn it all down or wait till shit hits the fan. Now you can just turn it on and be like, yes, I have the drive, I have the capacity, I have the ability to do this without having to worry about burning down my whole life. And especially once you have family and once you have kids and things like that. Now, A, it becomes even more important, but B, you cannot risk burning down your life. And when it's just you, or maybe just you and your partner, you can risk a lot more for it, because there is limited consequences. If you end up living in a shithole for a little while you figure it all out, cool, nobody cares. But when you have children, there's more on the line. There is more at stake. And use that fear of losing it all to drive you, not to paralyze you, to drive you into action, to do the motherfucking work, to continue to push forward, to show up as the best version of yourself. That is what it takes. That is what face everything and rise means. It means channeling that fear of regret into action. Because there is no regrets if you take the action. If you've shown up and left it all on the table, there is no regrets. You know, anxiety is focusing on things in the future that are outside of your control. Depression and sadness is focusing on things in the past that are outside of your control. All you can control is right here, right now, and the actions that you take. That is the moment. That is the thing that pushes you forward. So face everything and rise. Go to war with that. Put that chip on your shoulder and go, I will never let them down. I will never stop. I will do the work because that is what is required of me, and I will get shit done. I will rise to the level that I need to so that I can look after my family, after my children. I can be the shining beacon of an example, and I can do what has to get done. Do not let resistance, do not let comfortability, do not let any of those things prevent you from doing what has to be done. Channel that fear into greatness. Channel that fear into being the best version of yourself. Face everything and rise. That's what we're at. That's what we're doing. And that's what needs to be done. So, that is all I have for you. I hope that spoke to you. I hope that connected with you. I hope that helped, well, as much as it helped me. And as I said many a times before, oftentimes I am talking to myself. I am saying the things that I need to hear as much as the things you need to hear. So I hope that truly made a difference for you. Now, as always, if you took something of value from it, if it helped you, if it served you, please like, comment, subscribe, send it to someone else who can benefit from it. Next, if you're ready to dip your toe into the water, if you're willing to do the work and begin the process, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness. And lastly, if you don't want to leave anything on the table, if you don't want to leave anything to chance, if you want to use and channel fear to become the best version of yourself, then shoot me a message. Let's get you in the Greatness Club. Let's see what our 30-day challenge in the Greatness Club can do for you, how it can transform your life so that you can leave nothing to chance, that you will wake up every day knowing that you will have zero regrets because you took the work, you did the work, you took the action. It's the only way to leave no doubt. So, if you're ready for that, let me know. Until then.